Hi, everyone. I'm Lizette Gabriel, and I work as a librarian in the Business and Economics Department here at the Los Angeles Public Library. Welcome to today's presentation called Government Contracts, a Beginner's Guide. This program is brought to you by the Small Business Administration, SBA, and the County of Los Angeles Department of Economic Opportunity. Today's presenters are Cesar Estrada, Outreach and Marketing Specialist for the SBA, and Fleta Ferguson, Apex Accelerators Counselor. They will cover the fundamentals of securing government contracts at the local, county, and state levels, explain the certification process, and introduce the many resources available to help small businesses succeed. But before we begin, just a few things. I do want to mention that if you want to engage with our presenters and ask questions, please put them in the comment box that's available to you. In order to do that, please log into your YouTube account if you have one. What else am I forgetting? Yes, and then this program is being recorded and will be available on the library's YouTube channel. So if you can't see it or for some reason you need to step away, just keep in mind that it is being recorded. And again, once we end the stream, it'll be available on the YouTube channel right away. So our first presenter is going to be Cesar, and I'm going to bring him on board now. Here we go.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cesar Estrada. I work for the Small Business Administration. I am based out of the Los Angeles District Office. My title is Outreach and Marketing. First, I want to thank our great host. This is being hosted by the Los Angeles Public Library, Ms. Lisette. So thank you for hosting us. Today, I'm going to do a small presentation on what we call a loan workshop, SBA loans, how do they work, and giving you your best chances as to how to attain an SBA loan. We feel that this was going to be a good workshop to do it with. So let me present here. 1 second. Let me do the presentation. Here we go. It started. And then, so next slide. Here. So the SBA works to ignite change and spark action so small business can confidently, we have programs to help entrepreneurs and small business start a small business, grow their small business, expand, and recover from federal declared disasters. That's our main objectives at the SBA. Here's a little slide about who we are. If you're not familiar with the SBA, you've probably heard the SBA name, but not sure exactly who we are. Well, we are an independent federal agency. It was created in 1953. I believe it was President Eisenhower that created this agency. We are part of a network of district offices across the country. So federal government, we have district offices covering all of the United States and its territories, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Alaska. So again, I represent the Los Angeles District Office. We cover Los Angeles County, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties. We dedicate ourselves to supporting small businesses through access to capital, government contracting assistance. We give our certifications for that. Our women-owned, veteran-owned, Hub Zone 88. We do business advising and education and disaster assistance. As I briefly stated, if it's a declared disaster to the federal government, we come in with disaster assistance as well. Let's move forward. So I'm going to go over a little bit about access to capital. I do not know of any business or they could use a little bit more capital to grow, expand, and things of that nature. So we do have programs for that. Need a business to start, grow, or expand. The SBA works with approved lenders to offer microloans and SBA-backed loans, which offer competitive terms, lower down payments, flexible overhead requirements, and our counseling and education. So what this slide tells me is that the SBA works with approved lenders, meaning the SBA is a federal agency. We do not lend money directly. We work with a network of banks, small community banks, small lenders out there that become SBA approved, and they are able to offer our products and services or SBA loans. And all that happens is the SBA gives a guarantee to the lending institution, making it easier for them to lend money. Okay, so that's what an SBA-backed loan means. The guarantee goes to the lending institution. It doesn't mean that you're going to guarantee to get a loan. There's still things that the small business or entrepreneur needs to do to be able to best chances to collect the loan or achieve an SBA-backed loan. How can an SBA-backed loan help you? Well, you can use it to launch, grow, repair a startup, start or purchase a small business, access revolving credit or working capital for day-to-day expenses, purchase, renovate, or expand facilities, purchase inventory, equipment or machinery, big machinery. We have that machine there, a tractor. Purchase land or real estate. I really want to emphasize commercial real estate. We don't refer to this as real estate as buying homes and fixing them and flipping them, or residential or apartment buildings. No, we're talking about you have a place of business that you're going to use. You're going to buy commercial real estate where your operator is going to your business is going to operate out of that land. So most like a pizza shop, someone has been leasing it for a while, and after a while you been successful. Now you want to buy the property, and you want to, instead of leasing it anymore, you want to buy the property where you have your pizza place or construction company or things of that nature. It's commercial real estate when we refer to this purchase land or real estate, commercial real estate. Export or a product or service. Also, you can use these loans for these services as well. So here are the things that will increase your chances to secure an SBA-backed loan. Okay, and lenders want to know they're making a smart choice by giving you a loan. Your local SBA Resource Partner Network can help you develop your business plan. I like to add the word a strong business plan, talking about your product and service. You need to do a marketing plan along with that to find out who, study the market of your industry. Where were the economic indicators of your industry? Where was it at 5 years ago? What's it like today? What are the economic indicators telling us? Is there still a sustainable demand? Who is your main client, audience, or target that you're going to be selling? What is that pain that you're solving for them? So for them to give you money for your product or service. So this is going to be through the business plan, where you're going to operate of, how far your client is going to be. I always like to talk about, we really want to identify our customer. You got to give it some thought. I've had, we want to identify if there's a man, woman, married, single, renter, homeowner, education level, income level, rural, city, we want to identify who our target audience is going to be. It makes it easier for us to go after them and create an advertising or marketing campaign to go get them. All of this is going to be covered through your business plan, your pricing, the life of your product, the main competition, how big is that pie, how hard are you going to be working, is an active customer base, is it a one-time sell, or is it a repeat business? We want to identify. This is going to help lenders understand your business model, and more importantly, it's going to help them understand that you're going to be able to earn a living and be able to repay that loan to them. Expense sheets, I always talk about an expense sheet. Itemize it. So how are you going to use this money? How exactly are you going to use this money? Inventory, training, employees, insurance, gasoline, anything that's going to be covered, supplies, everything that you're going to buy, that you plan on buying, using that money, put it line by line, start getting quotes, real numbers, so you could back up that expense sheet. Like they say, okay, how do you know that costs that? I already got quotes for the stuff that I want to buy. Gives you credibility with the lender. Lets them know that, hey, this person knows what they're going to do with the money, and they're ready to just go into business. All they need is the extra funds. You probably have your own personal savings. Now you just need the extra funds to move forward. Expense sheet is going to help detail that. Financial statements, they're going to need your financial statements. They're going to check your credit background and all of those things. And also, if you're an existing business looking for an SBA-backed loan, they're going to want to see your numbers, that you've been profitable for at least the last 2 years. They're going to see some of that. So you're going to open up your books. Financial projections, 1 to 3 years financial projections. All these documents are just going to help you and help an SBA approved lender make the decision on as to giving you that SBA loan. And we can help you with that. We have counselors that will help you with all this, and I'll share that in a brief. If you've never heard of this is the 5 C's of credit that every lending agency uses to determine your credit worthiness. Your local SBA district office or SBA resource partners can work with you to determine your credit worthiness using the 5 C's. So the 5 C's is the first one: character, your personal reputation, your credit, your experience in that industry is your character. You're opening up a restaurant. Hopefully you have a lot of experience in restaurant, accounting, you have your license, maybe for CPA or things of that nature, contractor. Whatever it is, your character, your experience in that industry also goes as well, as long as your credit history. We have cash flow. That's one of the most important ones. Is going to determine if you're going to be able to earn enough money and there's going to be something left over to pay back this loan. You're going to have to show this cash flow, this revenue that's going to come in, and you're going to be able to pay this loan back. Collateral, something that you can sign, a personal guarantee from you. It could be the equipment that you're buying. It could be a home. You have a home and they're going to put collateral. It could be office supplies, whatever you're buying with the money, that could be used as collateral for the lending institution. So that's collateral. Then we have capitalizations. That's another form of cash flow, determining the amount of money coming in through that business, but through the finances, and being able to show that you're going to be able to repay this. And then obviously the conditions of the loan, the interest rate, the length of the loan, what are you going to use the money for, things of that nature. So that's the 5 C's of credit. If you do not know them, we have counselors that will help you understand them more deeply so you can be prepared. Be prepared before you go to a lending institution. Don't just go to a lender and be denied. We can help you get prepared to talk to lenders and find lenders. So here's a little bit about the SBA loan eligibility. You got to be a for-profit business. We get a lot of calls from nonprofit organizations looking for an SBA loan. The only time a nonprofit will probably qualify is probably if it's a declared disaster, a federal declared disaster. Sometimes nonprofit do qualify, but for most SBA-backed loans, you got to be a for-profit business, be considered a small business as defined by the SBA. We can help you define that through your NAICS code, which is the North America Industry Classification Standard. We'll do that. Be engaged or propose to do business in the United States or its possessors. So you got to be for-profit and in the United States. Be able to demonstrate a need for a loan. You do not need to be declined by some lender to come to the SBA. You can come to us, but you need to demonstrate that you need some funds to start your business, and you do that through your business plan. Use the funds for sound business purpose. Not be delinquent on any existing debt obligation to the U.S. government. So that's a big one. Maybe veterans, VA home loan, you default on that. That's not going to be good. You're not going to be able to get a VA SBA loan. Maybe a student loan that was federally backed. You defaulted on that. You're not going to be able to get an SBA loan. So make sure that you are current on all loans that are federally backed. You want to have good credit. Be creditworthy and reasonably assured repayment of the loan. These are some of the categories that are not eligible for or are not eligible for SBA loans, means making them ineligible businesses. So real estate investment, I kind of cover that, flipping homes or fixing homes, lending activities, speculative activities, pyramid sales structures, gambling, illegal activities. I want to add one of the ones also is marijuana industry. You know, that is approved by some states, but this is the federal government. It will not help you start a business of that nature. They're ineligible as well. Here's some of our lending programs. We have our micro loan that goes up to $50,000. Those are really good because to receive a micro loan, you do not need any collateral. They're repaid in 6 years, and your credit, it has to be in the 600s, I believe, 640, 650. So those are pretty nice. The SBA guarantee loans that go up to $5 million are the 7A loan, which is our common one, and the 504 loan, which is used to buy big machinery or commercial real estate. There's a formula for that 504, but before I get over there, let's talk about that 7A. We have several variations of the 7A loan. They go up to $5 million, but we have one, a very common one, the Community Advantage, that goes up to $350. That's a real good one. I'm not going to cover too much of the international trade or export financing. We have our 504. So that one, if you want to buy commercial land, here's the formula. Borrow needs to come up with 10%. A CDC comes up with a 40, and then a regular for-profit bank comes in with the last 50% to cover that scenario there. Small business investment companies, we're not going to go on this one for this particular one. I have a limited amount of time to cover this, so I'm going to get through. These are some of the myths from the SBA that we want to discuss. SBA loans are for startups and restaurants. The fact is, any small business at any stage can qualify for SBA-backed loans, which may help extend payment terms, require less down payment, can be used more flexibly covering a variety of business needs. So any business at any stage is welcome to come and look for an SBA-backed loan. I kind of give you the lay down of what you need, those 4 documents, so you can come to us first. Another myth here is SBA loans are harder, take longer to get than other loans. Not necessarily. The paperwork for the SBA loan and conventional loans are essentially the same. Lender decides whether to utilize the SBA guarantee. We also have an SBA Express program where we have express lenders that if you come in with prepared to apply, they can get you an answer within 24 hours. So if you really need a loan really, really fast and you are prepared to apply it, and I'm talking, you better be prepared to show all your documents, not just say, yes, I am, and show up and don't have a business plan. That's not going to work. You need to be prepared. SBA Express lenders can get you an answer within 24 hours, and the amount is up to $500,000. I don't have enough collateral to qualify. Here's the fact: SBA will ask for available assets to be pledged, but the SBA loans can be approved based on cash flow without requiring loans to be secured fully by collateral. So every situation is different. There's not a one blueprint that the SBA follows or any lender follows. Everyone is different depending on the business model, the pricing, the activity of you're looking at your business plan strongly. We want to find out what your business is, if there's a sustainable demand, if there's a demand for your business, if there's people are buying this product or service, there's a lot of activity there. All of this determines that. So you might not need collateral and you might have just enough to get a loan. So it's about having that conversation and getting the facts before. So come to us and find out if you need collateral or not. Don't let this make this shy you away from saying, oh, SBA requires collateral. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to touch it. Have a conversation with our counselors. SBA makes the loans. I kind of covered that already. The ordinary business purpose for ordinary business purposes, SBA guarantee loans are made by participating lenders. SBA only provides direct loans through its disaster program pursuant to a disaster declaration. So again, we work with SBA approved lenders, and the SBA only gives money when it's a declared disaster by the federal government. SBA will pay off your loan if you're a default. That's a negative fact. SBA provides a guarantee to the lender, not the borrower. Borrowers are still liable, so it will carry you. So do not default on these. That's why we go through all of this, to make sure that you're going to be successful. We have your best interest in mind. We want you to be successful. So no, we're not going to. The borrowers will always be liable, but we're going to take care of that. We're going to make sure you're going to be successful. So I'll give you as much advice and counseling as possible. I have to be declined for a bank loan before I qualify for SBA loan. Fact, no, not true. You do not need to be declined to qualify for an SBA loan. So do not go, come to us first if you actually need some funds. SBA loans are not borrower friendly. Fact, SBA loans were designed for small businesses as they come with more flexible terms than most conventional loans. They do not have prepayment penalties. Yes, we do help you with that as well. No balloon payments, no prepayment penalties. Here's a little bit of my microloan program, mission-based lenders and nonprofits. Microloans up to $50,000. Interest rates are negotiated by lender. Eligible for annual technical assistance grants. Eligible to be community advantage lender. Used as a lender match for lead generation. So we have microloan lenders here in the city. So here's where it becomes who to help you with to find a loan. Here's the organizations that can help you. The SBA funds these organizations. They will assist you for free here at their website, score.org. It stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. They can help you. They offer free mentoring, free advice from volunteer real-world business executives in person or virtually. So I suggest you go to score.org, and there's a search mentor phase there. Search a mentor, find a mentor, and they can help you for free. Another organization is the small business development centers. We have them across the United States. So our SBDCs are there to assist you. To find the one nearest you, just go to californiasbdc.org, connect with them. They offer free mentoring, free counseling, free training. They have what they call access to capital teams. They will help you if you're looking for an SBA loan and many other things. My one thing I always suggest is connect with a small business development center and ask them for their next orientation class and attend an orientation class and find out all the things that they could do to help your small business, grow your small business, expand your small business. So please make a note of that. Ask for an orientation class. The women's business centers are there to empower women entrepreneurs who still face unique obstacles in the business world. They're not competing with the small business development centers, but we want to help our women entrepreneurs. So they're doing the same thing as an SBDC. They offer free advice, free mentoring, free counseling, free training. They hold workshops in person and online. Join them, become a client. To find the one nearest you, go to californiawbc.org. As you can see there, when I attend some of these, I just take pictures. So if you have a phone there, if you're looking at this, just kind of take a picture of that. But go to californiawbc.org. And again, my advice, ask for an orientation class so you can find out about all the services they can help you with. They're there to help you. And if you're a gentleman and there's one near you, of course, the women's business centers will help you as well. So I just want to make a note of that as well. The last resource partner that is funded by the SBA that offers free resources to you, our small business community, is the Veterans Business Outreach Center. They're there for our military community. They're not competing with the SBDCs, the Small Business Development Centers. They're not competing with the Women's Business Centers. We just want to target our military community and help them, assist them with their entrepreneurial dreams. So they offer counseling, transition assistance, training. They do advice. We have resources. We refer them to other resources and partners to find the near one. Well, we here in LA County, it's the website's lavboc.org, which is LA V for Victor, B for Bravo, O for Oscar, C for Charlie.org. Become a client, enroll, ask for an orientation class as well, and they will help you as well. And that brings us to almost to the end of mine. This is us. Follow us at the SBA. We also have a lot of workshops. I do workshops on there. You can follow us on Twitter, which is X. We should update this. LADO@SBA.gov is our email address. You can see us on our upcoming events is SBA.gov/district/Los Angeles. And our website, much more shorter, SBA.gov/CA/LA. And you can follow us there. Here's my contact information if you want to take a picture. I know there's a lot that I shared, but I'd be more than happy to have a one-on-one consultation with any one of you. I thank you for your time. Again, Cesar Estrada, Outreach and Marketing Specialist. My number is my desk, 213-634-3797, and my direct email, cesar.estrada@sba.gov. And that is it for me. Thank you very much. And now we return it back to Lisette.
It turns out I was muted, so I'm going to pass it on to Lita. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Fleta Ferguson with LA County Apex Accelerators, and I'm going to get into the government contracting portion. Okay. Okay, so today's topics is what is an Apex Accelerator? We're formerly known as PTAC, that was Procurement Technical Assistance Center. The services offered, business codes, documents to gather for registration, SAM registration, market research, and certification. So Apex, it is formed, like I mentioned, formerly known as Procurement Technical Assistant Program. We're under Department of Defense, Office of Small Business Programs, and we assist for federal, state, and local government contracts. The free services include one-to-one counseling, vendor registration assistance, NAICS codes, or commodity codes, that's the business service codes, certification application, and that's on all levels of government, bid matching, which is a system that will take in consideration your NAICS codes and keywords, and then it would email you bids. Capability statement, that's a one-pager generally. That's going to be your company's resume. Solicitation interpretation, so you found a solicitation, you want assistance with understanding it. Proposal guidance and review. You've got a proposal, you've responded, you want us to look at it and to kind of guide you through it. We don't do any writing for anyone. There's also subcontracting assistance as well, and webinars. So these are examples of how we can assist. Sorry. Again, the vendor registration, and that's on all levels, federal, state, county platforms, and then local, because there's not one certification that covers everything. So each level of government has their own registration. And registrations are going to be free, and certifications are going to be free. Again, I mentioned the codes, and this is on the federal level, and then there's certifications that are on the federal level. That's going to be different than the city and the county level. And when you're preparing for registration, you'll get in the habit, you'll see that a lot of times they're going to ask for the same type of information. They want your legal business name, you have those documents, when was the business started, physically, where is it located, the codes, your banking information, and sales information, how long you've been in business. So if you just started, then obviously you're not going to have sales information. So if you're trying to do federal contracting, that's going to be for SAM, that's System for Award Management. Not all contractors want to do federal, and that's not mandatory. It's an option. All level of government, there are different options. The state is under Cal E-Procure. That's the state of California. So let's say you're trying to do business with a state hospital. This is where you would go for that because it's a state entity. And so again, you'll be registered as a vendor. Then the county, it would be, we say it's WebBin just because it's a long website. So that's where you go to be registered as a vendor. All agencies, you have to be registered first in order to do business with an agency. So you can't do business with an agency if you're not registered. And then there's the city of LA. They too have their own portal to register and to do business as a vendor. And these are the basics, but as you know, if you're trying to do business with Orange County or with the city of Long Beach or the city of Beverly Hills, they have their own sites for procurement access to be a vendor. Now, I don't recommend going rushing out being a vendor for all of them. It's okay, we at Apex, we can assist you with doing market research. So you can see who buys what you sell. So you'll know, okay, I know the county is a good resource to go to. Also know, maybe I want to work with the Port of Los Angeles. We can have access to a different database and we can take a look and see who buys what you sell. So if you do consulting, who buys the most for consulting services? And that's something we can provide you with information and assistance with. Business codes, each level of government has their own business codes. So like Caesar mentioned, we have NAICS, which is the North American Industry Classification System. That's one area. If you're doing the state, they have a different code. I'll show that in a moment. And then the city, they have a different code. And I know Long Beach, they have different codes. Now, no one expects you to remember these codes. It's just so that you have them written down, you have access to them. So they're basically, again, classification system designed to identify primary activities undertaken by businesses by using a sequence of codes. And these are the examples, again, of the codes. I mentioned before, I'd say NAICS codes, it's rhymed with snake, North American Industry Classification System. And for the codes, you would have one primary, you can have several secondary. It just should be something that you can do. As long as it's something you can do, you're fine. Now, unfortunately, some codes are not going to be exact. And so then you have to go with your best judgment in between. Okay, it isn't quite this, it's closer to this number. And the way you get these codes is you put in a keyword and then it gives you the codes. So if you're doing, let's say, computer programmer, you put in computer program, it gives you a list of codes and then you go from there. These are the other examples. So UNSPSC codes, again, you can see it. Hopefully you can be able to see. So you would type in what you do for the keyword, you type in video, it gives you several different codes and you pick which ones are applicable to you. And for the county, we have commodity codes. Again, you can put in the keyword and then you go with what the codes are for you. Certifications. Certifications, they're not mandatory, but they can put you in a better position. And again, these certifications are free. They can be time consuming. I think that's the only thing that would be considered the payment is the time that you're going to put in for it. And so for federal certification, these are examples. So there's a women-owned certification. And if you're doing that, certification does not transfer over to the county certification or the city certification. So each level of government has their own certification. So if you wanted to do women, you would get it on each level if that's what you're doing. If you're doing federal, then you want to have your woman federal. You want to have your woman for the county, and you want to have your woman for the city as well. And the same for service disabled veteran owned. If you're doing for the county, for the city, for the state, they all have some form of that. So you just have to figure out which one you're trying to do. If you're trying to do all of them, all levels, or hey, I just want to stick right now to maybe the county and the state and the city. Those are options you can do for certifications. And again, the state, they offer small business certification and disabled veteran. And for the county, if you're deciding to get certified as a local small business, then you would get your certification from the state, which we say Cali Procure, because that's the site it comes from. It also can be known as DGS. That's D as Department General Services. And if you were for the state, if you're a new business, you were trying to get certified as small business, you can get that from this site because they're not going to ask you for your taxes because you just started. You just started this year. Then most times when you're starting, the requirements are going to be for your taxes for the state, and they want the last 3 years. Okay, these are certifications for the county. We have community business enterprise. Under that umbrella is where you would find the woman-owned, minority, disadvantaged, LGBTQ. Then there's also the preference program, which is local small business, disabled veteran, and social enterprise. I will say that the easier to get certified with is the woman-owned and minority business for the county because no one else has to certify you first. It's you provide your verification, your driver license, show you're a woman, and then the business structure. You're doing minority, then you just need to show something that states your race or ethnicity with that information, and then of course your business structure. All the other ones, except the social enterprise, someone else has to certify you first. So the local small business, you have to get certified by the state. And that, again, is the Cali Procure. So you get certified by them first, and then you show that certification to us, to the county. Hey, I'm certified. I want to get certified as small business with the state. I want to get certified as local small business. Here is my certification information, and that's what's needed. Ramp LA, they have certification too, pretty much similar to some of this, and they accept that same state certification for small business. And I do want to say for the certification, the preference program, those offer something called, they offer 15-day prompt payment. So let's say you've certified and you've done a bid, you've done work, you've won the bid, and now you want to get paid. You should be getting paid within 15 days if there's not a problem with the invoice because you have that particular certification. And that's for the price preference program, which includes the local small business, disabled veteran, and social enterprise. And then they also offer a 15% discount. I say like an imaginary discount of 15%. If your bid would come in lower, it looks like it came in lower, but you would get paid the full price. And that's, again, on the preference program. And right now, our certification process takes about 30 days. So you should be certified within 30 days as of right now. Also, we want to identify and understand the target market. Again, mention the market research. Who buys what you sell? So it goes back to, the state buys a lot of what you sell and not maybe local. Then you want to make sure you're marketing to the state. You're registered with them. You're certified with them. And you're trying to make purchasing contact with people to understand that, hey, I'm a good candidate. It is a lot of work, and sometimes it's not going to be the first try. Hey, I reached out 2 times. Sometimes it's going to take more than that in order to make contact with buyers. We also offer something called the capability statement, which again, I mentioned is your 1-pager. If you're doing front and back, you want to make sure you have the most important stuff on the front, because if someone photocopies this, it may not give it to someone else. They may not copy the backside. So when you're marketing, this is your marketing tool. This is who you're given to a buyer you come across. Hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. Apex is able to assist with that. You write it. Again, we don't do any writing for anyone. You write it, come to us. Hey, I'm lost on this part, or can you review it? We'll do that service. That's happily done for you for free. And so what it includes is your core competencies. What do you do well? The differentiators. How is your company different than another company that does the exact same thing? Past performance. If it's not government contracting, you haven't done it before, that's fine. You can put, if you've done the same thing in the same field, then you can put that information there. It doesn't have to be government related. So if you was in the private sector, you've done the same thing, now you're trying to do it for the government, you can put that information. Your corporate data, that's what is the business information. And then the contact person, that's your name, your email. If you have a UI, which is you get a unique entity identifier, cage code, vendor number. Again, some of these are acronyms that are going to be, you're going to see over and over. UEI, that's a federal thing. So if you're not trying to do federal, you don't need that. Cage, if you're not doing federal, you don't need that either. But your vendor number, you would have that information. And then if you're, depending on who you're marketing to, you can have multiple capability statements, because maybe you're doing it for federal, or maybe you're meeting someone for the state or for the county. And then the codes. Again, depending on who you're working with or trying to work with, the codes can be another reason why you can have multiple capability statements. It really would be who you're marketing to. Just like you would do a job resume, you want to tailor to who you're marketing to. And again, these are examples of capability statements. We're able to provide you with a template, but the template we provide is pretty generic. So you want to make sure you're tailoring it to your company, to your brand. And if you're good with Canva or Adobe, it's pretty easy, I think, to pretty much cut and paste the information. And here's our information. So if you scan a QR code, that's going to be for upcoming events like this one was today. And we have others, they're going to be free, or either we're hosting or someone else is hosting. Like today, Los Angeles Public Library is hosting this event. And then some of the events are in person, or they could be webinars. And there's the link as well to schedule an appointment. And do as so sometimes appointments get booked, and it takes a while, but unfortunately that's just the way it is. And you can email us at apex@opportunity.lacounty.gov. And Lizette.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Ooh. My bad. Sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. We're supposed to be all in board. So now that you saw me playing sort of musical chairs with my screen, let me bring on Caesar and Fleta back on board. There we go. Okay, so if anybody has any questions.
And before we go to the question, Lizette, can you do the library website for me?
Yeah, so let me see. I'm not sure why it's showing as a 3 on the side, but let me see here. So, do you want me to share my screen for that? Or
yes.
Are you, okay.
Yeah, yes, please.
Let's see here. There should be one for LAPL. There we go, share. I'm not sure how it's coming up on yours, on our end. I don't think it's showing. Don't see. Oh, there it is. Oh, I should know better. Okay. So there it is.
Okay. I have Lizette on this page because Apex is able to assist, but you can also use additional resources in conjunction with ours. So you're using resources and stacking them up top of each other. So if you come across something else for government contracting, hey, I saw this, I want to talk about this with my local Apex, we can do that. And one of the courses is a library course. It's a free library course. You just need a library card. And if you scroll down, Lizette, online learning. And we're going to go to Gale courses.
Okay, I think in this case I might have to share. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
You want to put in government contracting in the search bar?
You said government
Contracting. Uh,
contracting.
uh-huh. Okay, and enter. And the very first one, winning RFP responses, they offer this course every month. So if you click on the hyperlink for winning RFP responses and you go to the syllabus, you can take a look. This is not a live course, but they drop lessons every week. And if you scroll down, so it's a couple of weeks, and they do introduction to request for proposal. So if you're in that course, you want to, oh, I was just in this course, I want to talk about what I just learned in there about, hey, we're free to assist with that. It's because I think the biggest thing is understanding the government proposal process. That's what takes the
Mhm.
longest. The registrations are going to be kind of time consuming, but the main thing is actually understanding the solicitations, how to respond to them.
Mhm.
So Apex is able to assist, but it's going to be a long journey for that. It's not something you
Oh,
learn fast.
oh, that's great. I actually learned something myself. I didn't even realize we had this course in our as part of our online learning. So
Yeah,
that's awesome. I usually focus on the other side, which is like Excel and the programs and
true,
other
true. That
areas.
is, yeah, that's true as well.
Oh, okay. So as Salita was mentioning, the dates and information, you can enroll at different dates as was seen earlier here. So it's kind of small, but you'll see that the duration is, of course, for 6 weeks. The session start dates, the next one seems to be, oh, it starts tomorrow if you have time, June 11th, July 16th, August 13th, September 17th. And with your LAPL library card. So I know Fleta works for the county. This is access through Gale is not through the county. This is again you have to have an LAPL library card,
But
and that or does the county have this? I
the
don't.
county has one as well. They
Oh, it
both
does.
offer the course. So yeah,
Okay.
wherever you at, you can get access to the same course.
Okay. Well, stand corrected. County as well. So then, okay, so that's perfect. So you have two of them. And also another thing to keep in mind, these databases, you do have remote access, by the way. So you don't
Mhm,
have to be on any of our branches, whether it's the county or the city. You have
mhm.
access to these remotely. So on our end, as Felita said, it was lapl.org, and then scroll down, online learning. All right. So let me see now if we have any questions. Or did you have anything else to add,
No,
Felita?
that's it.
No, okay. Because I see comments. I see comments here. Okay, so we do have two questions. I'm going to leave this page there just so that people are aware of the information. And the first question is from Monica, and it says, "What are the interest rates for SBA loans?" Caesar.
Great question. Thank you, Monica. So the SBA does not give out the loans, right? So we work with SBA approved lenders. So the lenders set the rates. So that's a question then when you sit in front of a lender. But just for reference, the SBA's rates are based off prime. So whatever prime is, you usually at 2% over prime. So whatever the Federal Reserve is doing over there, you add 2% over that, just to use a gauge. But those are questions you pose when you're sitting in front of the lending institution. So all lenders are different. That's when you start shopping around for an interest rate.
Okay, that's great. Good to know. Let's see here. Oh, and can you now with everything that's going on with the economy, can you negotiate that interest rate, or is that something you talk to your lender?
Of course, so it's
Yeah.
you don't have to sign anything that you do not want to sign. So of course you can negotiate. You're going to do the best for your business. So you have to find out if it's a good terms for you or not. So that's all for the lending institution. All that the SBA does is give once the lender decides that okay, this is a good fit for an SBA guarantee, and we want to see if we can get it. The SBA the lender sends it to the SBA. The SBA puts a Galore guarantee on it guaranteed to the lending institution, and then the lender services the loan as usual as normal. That's all the SBA does, really.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then we have another one here. The question is from Energen. What if our personal credit? Oh, what if our personal credit score is low? I'm assuming
Then,
he means for loan. So go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's kind of what I'm assuming too. So you have to work on that. I don't know what low is. Everybody knows low, but our microloans are go up to 640. I believe that's something like that. So we all have, you can come to our counseling services. I mentioned Small Business Development Center, SCORE, Women's Business Center, and the V-Box. They will help you find some other resources where you can start working on your credit for free. And there's things that you can do. You can check out your credit report on annualcreditreport.com. You can get a report for free once a year. And you can contact these agencies directly. You can check your score, find out if there are any discrepancies, and you can take initiative. They'll take information online, or you can mail them. You just find out what it is. So we always give that advice that, hey, before you have any lender, check if you're going to put in an application, make sure that you check it yourself, so you know whether it's good for them to check your credit. And that's if I think it's a hard pull or soft pull. Hard pull affects you more, soft pull less. So understand what you get into. Talk to our counselors; they will help you get prepared, and then get and work on your credit score. And obviously, I don't offer that advice; that's outside of my realm. But our counselors at the Small Business Development Centers, they can assist you with that.
Okay.
Those are free resources, by the way.
All right. So then again, we have another one from Monica. And it says here, I am a small business established in 2018. What's my first step to be or to get registered?
So you have to again, the work that's done through our resource partners, the Small Business Development Centers. I am a federal employee. I'm not an entrepreneur. That's not the work that I do. My title is outreach and marketing. My job is to connect you, help you connect the dots. So again, I would look at either a women's business center or our small business development centers, the websites, CaliforniaSBDC.org, CaliforniaWBC.org. Find the nearest one, schedule my one-on-one appointment with them, and they will give you the advice as to what to do next to register your business. Because I believe you register with the city, the state, the county, I'm not sure. And those are different federal levels of government. That's outside of the federal government.
So with Fleta in the county, for certifications, what would she have to do if she wanted to get certified so that she can start maybe the process of government contracts?
She would need to decide who does she want to work with. Now, Apex, we assist with all levels of government, so that's federal, state, county, because we're funded by Department of Defense. So we assist on all levels. So it's really, hey, where do I go? It's really going to be up to the client where they want to go. You want to do market research and see where you should be going, then that's something different. But I don't say go to the state first. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's go to Ramp LA, or maybe it's be the county. Or maybe it's just, hey, what you doing? You're doing missiles. Maybe you definitely want to just be doing federal. So it's really going to vary on who you want to work with and what you're selling.
Okay. And I think that's a good thing because I saw she just posted again. Her question was for you, Fleta. So, all right. And then we have another one here. This is pretty big, so hopefully it comes out. So it's from Manny, and he has, I want to do construction contracting. I'm starting a company with my uncle who has a contractor's license. I'll be 51% owner, doing over 50%. With this mess with my, I see. With this mess with my SDVOB certification. So, Fleta, I think.
Construction contracting. I'm starting a company with my uncle who has a contractor's license. I'm the owner. So if you're saying he's going to be a partner, then that doesn't affect your small business unless you're saying you're starting a new company or something. Then that's going to be a different company you're starting, which was for your service disabled veteran. I don't know if that's what you meant. Like, hey, I'm starting a new company. Do that certification transfer over? Or are you saying, is that what we're asking? If you're starting with your uncle a new company and you have a certification already?
Yeah. So Manny, so if you're still on, if you could maybe, yes, he said. So he said, new company.
Then yeah, that's going to be new, different. Because I know even for us with the county, if you have one business doing, let's say, computer work, and then you start a new company, yeah, that's a new certification, new profile, because it's probably not even the same entity. That's going to involve different documents.
And if I may add,
Yes.
with the SBA certification, I think he's coming to this requirement. So women-owned, veteran-owned, 51% owned and controlled by the veteran, and they do check on that. They will follow up on that. meaning that you are day to day active with you're making daily decisions on that business day to day. I am the veteran liaison for the district office. I'm a Navy veteran. We always go through that. We do the information on our military community. It's owned and controlled by the veteran. You're making those decisions. You're writing checks. You're making the daily decisions on that business. That's all they're going to look at. So, however you structure it with your uncle, just understand that you need to be the one first 51% owned and controlled by you, and you're not a W-2 somewhere else, or you're popping in once a week, or you're checking with your uncle that he's doing the contracting and you're just kind of overseeing him. No, you need to be doing all of that work, and they do check on that.
Mm. Yeah, because he also added that he has no certifications yet. So I guess it's a good thing that you mentioned that. So I don't know if it was mentioned or not, but besides one certification, can you get more than? All right, I guess that's what
yeah.
the question. Yeah, you get more than one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can get it all the certifications you qualify for. They're free certifications. If you qualify for them, why not? They're just time consuming. That's.
I was about to ask for the time.
Like I said, for the county, it's just processing time. So processing time is a little different than you getting your documents and stuff together. Because like if you were doing like a small business, minority, one of them is just providing something that states your race or ethnicity, and then your business structure. So that's not a lot of documents. I don't think if you're gonna ask, there should be stuff you already have as your business.
Okay. All right. So would you happen to know, Fleta, if they were to apply for a government contract, like how long would the process take from start to end? So that way they're aware of the time.
That's going to vary because they can come out, something that's going to come out, let's say, they give you a week. Maybe they just need something right away. If you sell office supplies, maybe they're doing something called invitation for bid. So that could be a little faster process. Request for proposal, they can have 100. It's 100, maybe 100. The solicitation can be 100 pages. So you're going through those pages, and now that's a low number. Even if it was a low number, it's still pretty dense work. So 30 pages, you have to read everything. So a couple of things you want to do first is see, do you qualify? Read the minimum qualifications, because that will tell you, do I even qualify? 2, do I have time to get this stuff in order to review it multiple times by myself or someone in the company? And then you want to read that, make sure the information is okay, and then you submit it. So it's really going to depend on, do you have time? So, it varies. I'll say it varies, unfortunately. And there's not a template either. So that would be helpful. But yeah, there's not a template for any solicitations.
So based on the events that are coming to LA, hopefully everything will turn out okay. And based on the times that Fleta's mentioning, you probably want to start now.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Even if it's something I recommend, even if it's something you're not ready to start bidding on, you want to start having a breakdown, how to understand, how would you go about responding it? Because Apex is able to assist. You come to, hey, I found a solicitation. I'm not ready to start bidding right now, but let's go over this. I didn't understand part C, part D, whatever it is. That's a better starting point. Okay, you start working on it because it is a process.
Okay, that's perfect.
And if I may add, our small business development centers are a great starting point because they will, at the end, they will guide you to the apex. So if you're very seasoned and you feel very confident, you know everything that you have with your company, and small business owners know that they can go to apex. But if you need counseling and mentoring, our small business development centers, our women's business centers are there and prepared to help you. And it's all about, at the end of the day, I do a lot of these with chambers of commerce and everything. They ask me questions. It's all about getting into action. You just got to start it. You got to make that call, make that appointment. You got to open up. You got to make time. I know you guys are very busy. Small business owners are doing many different things on a daily difference, but it's all about just how fast it's going to happen. As fast as you do the work, you just got to get into action. You got to dive in. It's just very simple. People tell me, how long does an SBA loan take to do? Well, when you finish your business plan, you do your expense sheet, your financial project. Whenever you get all your paperwork done, then you can apply. You're in control. So same thing with the certifications. Get your paperwork together, talk to the counselors, get that checklist that the Apex give you, go through it, do it line by line, double check it with the counselor at the SBDC, and they'll prepare you before they even send you to Apex. By the time you get to Fleta's desk, it's going to be easier for her, right?
Thank you, Caesar.
It's like you start in A and you end up in B. So yes, All right. So let's see. There was something else I was about to mention. Oh, yes. I know we're heading towards the end of our time, and I just quickly also want to throw out there that don't forget about the library and the resources that we offer, especially here at the Business and Economics Department. If you have any questions regarding your business plan, where to get information, legit reports, by the way, that are already sourced by the databases. So that way, when you get to FLIDA or anybody else, it will be basically all set, legit. You're not getting or putting as your source ChatGPT, because we've heard that before. You actually want to source. So again, we offer a number of databases that you can use. We offer assistance here, both in person and via Zoom. So if you can reach out to us or come to the library here at Central, because parking is a hassle, again, keep in mind, we do online sessions as well. So we did not stop those. We will show you step by step what you're looking for, type of research. And sometimes it's good to talk to us just like you would to Caesar or FLIDA, because we are sort of you can throw things at us, ideas, and we won't give you answers, of course, because this is, after all, your idea and your business plan. But we will talk you through the process. Oh, did you mean this? Or are you looking for this industry report or market research, or maybe your consumer psychographics, you name it. So again, keep us in mind. And we are basically lapl.org. If by any chance you need to talk to me directly, I will be posting my email address. So that way, if you have any questions, you can then reach out to me. And it looks like we have one more, maybe comment, thank you, from Manny. So I will show because I thought it was funny. So here we go. How much wood would a chuck? If woodchuck could chuck wood? That's one of those tongue twisters, I think. So just a little humor. He wanted to thank both of you for the presentation. And if there aren't any more questions or any other tidbits of advice from either one of you.
Yeah, I want to plug in your library because I've been there, and I share with almost every time I do a presentation. It's, we talk about, not spending any money out there. You can go to the library, they have free internet, air conditioning works very well. And the library that Ms. Lisette works out of, you can book a little cubicle,
Study
right, where
room.
you can work quietly. So you can go and do 2-3 hours of your work. You don't have to go lease a business. If you don't have space in your home, what have you, you can go there and get some work, get some data from them. Like she told you, all the things that they have, it's all free resources to you available. So yeah, I love going to the Atlanta Public Library. I love going to visit these places because I learn too. And I just want to plug that in there, Lisette, because I think it's wonderful what you guys offer there to small business owners that they're not aware of, probably.
And I do want to mention parking. If you have a library card with validation, it's $1. During the week, it's after 3, it's $1. Saturday and Sunday, it's $1 all day with the library card. So just putting that out there. So with that being said, we are on time now. I don't see any other questions. And I guess, yes, and again, I will repeat this. This of course, program is being recorded. And once we say goodbye to all of you, and I say goodbye to my presenters, it will be on the YouTube channel. You can share the link with anybody who you think might find this extremely useful. And that's pretty much it. So again, I want to thank FLIDA. I want to thank Caesar for taking time out of your busy day to do this presentation in the afternoon. And basically all the information that you gave out to us. So if we, by chance, if it was too quick for you guys, you want to see it a little slower, you guys have control now. Once it's, once I stop the program itself, you can stop the recording and focus on what's important to you. So again, thank you both. Thank you all. And I hope you all have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.